A Chinese Ghost Story is a 1987 film. This is a MovieFiendz favorite. I watched this one way back in the day in film school and fell in love with it. This is a sweeping mix of horror, romance, fantasy. It's literally like the perfect amalgam of all the different Hong Kong stuff. You've got the ethereal beauty of Joey Wong, Leslie Chung, top form. You know, you got a great side cast of the old man and all the villains and stuff. It's just a really intriguing mix. This is about a scholar. He's basically kind of poor. He has to go from place to place to collect debts, but he's rained out, so he doesn't have any records to pick up stuff, and he doesn't have any money, so he's told to stay at Orchid Temple. So he goes there even though it's haunted, and he bumps into two swordsmen, a Taoist priest versus a swordsman. They have a rivalry and they're battling, and he just wants to stay there. However, there's mysterious spirits that go around sucking the soul and life force out of anyone in Orchid Temple. Mostly focusing on Siu-sin. She is one of the ghosts that helps to capture and lure men, like seduce them, get them vulnerable, and then her madame comes by, and she's like a old tree demon, so she sucks the life, and she likes to be rejuvenated every couple of days. And then, you know, the scholar basically he rebuffs her advances because he's you know, he doesn't know that she's a ghost for starters, but then he rebuffs her advances because he's just like a gentleman. He's too dumb to be seduced, basically, and he doesn't notice and keeps helping her get away from the old man. And the two of them fall in love, and he keeps coming back and putting himself in danger. You know, this movie does have an iconic kiss scene that would rival Spider-Man, where the scholar's inside a giant tub of water, holding his breath, and she's got to give him oxygen, so she gives him this big kiss. They do a poetry scene later that's super romantic that will thaw the most frozen of hearts. And of course, if you're like, oh, icky romance, boo, there's still a lot of action in this movie. There's the opening fight scene between the two swordsmen, but later, Siu-sin is promised to the Lord of the Black Mountain. She's got to marry basically the equivalent of the devil, and she basically, while they're trying to escape with her ashes, she gets sucked into the underworld, and they have to go there and basically fight an undead army, and the Lord of the Black Mountain's general, and then the Lord of the Black Mountain himself. It's a crazy mix of puppetry, visual effects, and it's pretty cool. This movie is basically, can be the sort of mirror to Evil Dead, where it's, you know, you got the horror, you've got the comedy, you got the fantasy. This one has romance. Evil Dead has some, but like, you know, with the, but it's the equivalent. You know, there's 3 Evil Dead movies and there's 3 Chinese Ghost Story movies, so this one can compare to that a little bit. And really good performances and sumptuous longing and yearning, you know. A romance between a human and a ghost, you know, they have to say goodbye at the end too. It's a really good movie that still withstood the test of time, especially the action sequences. You know, it'll encompass, it's the 4-quadrant kind of movie. It's got the romance, you got the action, you've got beautiful women and ghosts, and you got Leslie Chung and all sorts of things going on. So that's why A Chinese Ghost Story is a MovieFiendz favorite.